A recent peer-to-peer review and study trip organized by the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada G-Cruise project offered a unique opportunity to engage in a collaborative exchange of knowledge, strategies, and best practices aimed at strengthening climate resilience in the water sector. The study trip brought together key stakeholders from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Participants observed firsthand the implementation of water resilience strategies, engaged with project stakeholders, and assessed the effectiveness of the project as a model for addressing the region's pressing climate challenges. Director of the Nevis Integrated Water Resource Management Unit, Mr. Floyd Robinson, highlighted the engagement with the public and the civil works as two of his key takeaways. According to Robinson, their Transwater project has passed the project preparation stage.
These tanks are absolutely wonderful. We do have a few of them on Nevis. So these are actually well put together, the pipelines and everything else. And just the whole way in which you guys are going about the project implementation has really been mind-opening for me. We are here, as you mentioned, in terms of studying, so a number of ideas we're going to take back, and hopefully when our project comes, and even with stuff that we're doing now, doesn't have to be a project the size of this one, we would definitely have things that we could improve on Nevis.
Director of the Water Resource Management Agency in St. Lucia, Mr. Jason Ernest, expressed his appreciation for the study tour, which provided critical insights that will inform the preparation of their concept note, which is currently in the draft stages for submission to the Green Climate Fund, GCF.
Someone involved in the water sector, very interested to see exactly what Grenada was doing, especially looking at the similarities with what St. Lucia already has on the ground, basically looking at best practices or, hearing about the lessons learned. So for me, it was very interesting coming out, looking at the terrain, similar in terms of the complexities, in terms of putting up the infrastructure, where the treatment plants are, where the sources are, how it gets back, what are the plans for the future in terms of maintenance.
The study trip also supported the strengthening of existing cooperative frameworks, such as the Regional Climate and Water Resource Community, RCWRC, established under the project in 2022. Head of the project, GIZ G-Cruise, Ms. Marian Geis, says the RCWRC ensures knowledge sharing with regional countries.
With that, we showcase of how a GCF and EQ-funded projects can actually be used to replicate within their new concept notes and proposal writing that they're currently doing. So in our community of practice regionally that we're doing in the community, we usually meet virtually, but now we have the chance to actually meet in person, go to the sites, discuss with the engineers and the project staff, discuss the challenges that we had during the procurement, during the construction. What are things that you need to do when you're planning on a project of the magnitude like this?
Senior project engineer at NOASA, Mr. Ronald Lane, welcomed the exchange of knowledge with the regional water experts.
As a study group with the others, I can say that basically we have the head start on actually everybody else in our combat against the climate change, right? When it comes to glass-infused tanks and actually distribution, using a gravity system, they can learn from that. They see strategically the location of the plants to the locations of where the tanks are and how we distribute. We'll also get to see the kind of problems we face now, actually in the construction process and in the delivery of the pipelines to the customers.
The G-Cruise peer-to-peer review and study trip represents a critical step towards achieving long-term climate resilience in the Caribbean, particularly for the water sector. The G-Cruise project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German Federal Ministry for the Environment, Nature Conservation, Nuclear Safety and Consumer Protection, BMUV, under its International Climate Initiative ICI and the Government of Grenada. I am Janelle Ruben reporting for the G-Cruise project.